Good morning, everyone. Yeah, today we are back to our normal lecture. As all of us know, every weekend we have a lecture special. Friday we have Saturday and Sunday. So today's our Saturday lecture. So today we are going to learn something new known as media query. It's also the continuation of what we have in our program or in the list of the topic of the basics. So today we are going to deal with the media query. So without wasting time, we need to get down to the work. So let me just give a brief introduction. Why are we supposed to use media query, or is it really important to learn media query, or what does it do exactly? Okay, so media query is a CSS technique introduced in CSS3. Okay, it uses the media at query symbol rules to include a block of a CSS properties, okay, only if a certain condition is true. Meaning you can have that one has a block of code. Okay, no, you can put the block of code inside that media query. Okay, it will run only when a certain condition is met, because the condition is to depend on you. So what do you want this thing to happen after? It's like something to do with the like JavaScript. Okay, just you specify some condition and try to see whether it will pass to true or false. So when a certain condition met, then it will execute without any problem. So without further going, okay, like trying to explain to you guys everything by mouth cannot make any sense. Okay, me, I believe always practical is the best thing. So let's try to see it in a practical, or we can try to explain it in other way, like media query are a key part of a responsive web design. Okay, so they are used here for making your web to be more responsive. Okay, that's the major reason why we are using media query, to level up your skill, because you can be able to put your website at a very responsive way. I mean, it can be very responsive to any kind of devices. Okay, from small screen photocopy phone to original screen like iPhone, people who love iPhone, or Samsung or Techno, uh, to any type of the screen aspect ratio has, their sizes. You can just put the condition at such level, try to execute this one and let this one be. Okay, but it can allow you also to create a different layout depending on the sizes of the viewport. But they can also be used to detect other things about the environmental, okay, your site is running on. For example, whether whether the user is using a touch screen rather than a mouse. Okay, all these things can be happening there. So without wasting of time, let's create it and see actually what do I mean about it. Okay, so all of us know what to do. You create your folder, okay, on your desktop or wherever you prefer to put. Then you can open your folder inside a Visual Code Studio. Okay, you can create your index file. Okay, not JavaScript, HTML. Okay, you know what to do, HTML only. Okay, today we are running our media query, very simple like this. So we have if you want to put a style, is fine. Okay, style.css. Here I have our CSS. Let's just link it without wasting of time. Link dot select the CSS. Okay, so let's say we want to do something like okay, let's give a class. First of all, let's give a class of what, cat. Okay, let's try to deal with the cat again. Okay, inside card we have two cards. Okay, let's say this one should be called cat1. Copy this one will be called cat2. Okay, and then here let's try to have some our h1. Let's give it a title of cat1. Then let's put some p, which is a paragraph. Let's get some lorem document. No, I shut down my phone. Okay, let's just copy from this one. Let me just copy this one here. Is okay. I won't open my internet now, it disturb a lot. So this is what we have. Okay, let's copy the same information inside cat2. Here we have our cat2. Okay, save. That's all. We don't need something else to learn media query. Just this one is enough. Control plus, because we always need to start with a very simple concept so that you guys can grab exactly what's happening than to make something very complex. Okay, here we go. Let's run this one. Go live. Remember, go live can work without internet, okay, unless if you have something like let me say like what, like the phone awesome link which we put above, okay, that one need internet so that it can read, because that one is a CDN, content delivery network. That one need the website so that it can run. So here we go. We have cats and cat1, cat2. Very good. Here is cat2. So this is the very simple things we have here. Okay, here all of us can see. Let's first try to make difference between them by adding class. Cat, okay, cat1 and cat2. Okay, let's go. First of all, I want to put cat1 comma, I want to put two of them at the same time, cat2. Then I want to put style there, like let's try to make a background color. If I put background color to look the same. No, I don't know how to put background color. Let's try to give it space. Let's put border also. Border should be 1px solid. Me I like gray color always. Okay, good. Have that one. Let's give it space inside a little. PD padding space of 10px. Okay, feel free, do anything which is good for you. Let's say margin top. Margin top should be 5px. I want to separate them so that they don't stay top of each other. Very good. So this is what we have. Okay, so remember, okay, they are just stuck on each other. Let's try to, let's say, okay, this is what we have, and then let's try to inspect this one first of all. Is it responsive? It will look responsive because it doesn't have something very complicated there. Okay, so it's can respond to any type of size here. I guess you may think like this is what you want. Okay, but I want to apply some rules, like maybe if I'm coming to mobile size, okay, let it have some background color, let the text change. Here there's nothing happening, just it's somehow behaving like it's responsive, but it's not responsive the way I mean it. Okay, like now we want to say, like, if you come to the size of iPhone here is what, iPhone 12 Pro. Okay, the screen size is okay, screen size of iPhone is 300 pixels multiplied by 800. Okay, this one is width. Okay, this is the width. This one is the height. Length times width. Length times width. Okay, this is the height from here, and this is the width from down here. So I want to say, if we reach at least mobile that have a width of 390, okay, I want the cat1 should have different background color and cat2 should have a different background color. So how do we achieve such dream? Okay, let's make this one 100 so that everyone can see it. But it is 12 iPhone 12. Remember, just here we have increased the percentage. Okay, let's go. If you scroll down or you don't scroll down, it will not show you any different. Even let's make it 100. Okay, 100, like this is okay. So because it is just one, look, we shall add them slowly by slowly. So this is what we want to do. First of all, if you want to define a media query, okay, it starts with the word at. Okay, then you have this one here. Then here you can put your condition here. Okay, let me say when a width, okay, or I can say maximum width, the max width, I mean the last size we want it to be max, okay, width. of at least, we say iPhone is what the width is 390 pixels. Okay, when it reaches 390 pixels width, okay, then do something for us. Here we write our regular CSS. There is nothing changed here, just declare this one. Okay, and that's all. Sometimes you can go like this. Okay, let's try to put them all from basic. Very simple. Media query, when a maximum width, okay, is only 390 pixels, do something here. Number one, want to do, let our cat1 change the background color. BGC background color should be blue. Okay, when it reach that level, otherwise the maximum must be this one, but if it is beyond, let it just appear as it is. Here is already 390, which is the maximum. Yeah, let it change into blue. Guess what will happen if you say we want to move from iPhone 12 to a telephone like iPhone XR? What happened? Because it's beyond 390, every default behavior will return back. Okay, so this is how we deal with this one. Okay, so now when we reach cart number 1 here, it has changed automatically because we are not on that side. But now if you say you want to resize it like this, okay, don't click on this one. If you click on this one, it will condition you to some telephone number size of the screen. But here, just go with this normal here. Okay, and then try to put your cursor here to show you this one, then try to resize it. You see the screen is being calculated up here. Just look what's happening. It's telling you 10 20. If you are going back, you see, continue moving, continue. When it reaches, okay, the maximum of 390, automatically what we just put there is already happening and it's implemented. If you continue going down, it will never change up to there. No, it will remain blue because it is under the condition of maximum must be only 390. If it is beyond 390, then break the rules. Now go free and do whatever. That's what we mean by media query. You see some of other applications, you see like the color keeps changing due to the screen aspect ratio. That's all just due to media query. So here, assuming you are like you want to, okay, let color 2 only be changed when we are what screen do we want to put? Screen that we want to be, let's try to see the size here is 890. No, iPad is 676 if I'm not mistaken. iPhone Air Max 700, no, 768 68. Okay, this is the size of iPad. Okay, if you want only cat 2, okay, to change the color when we are in iPad mode, then we can say okay, cat 2. Remember, just put all the CSS line inside here, the one you want to change. Here, cat 2 here. Change the background color, BGC. Okay, background color change to this brown here. Okay, but if I don't want it to run under this condition, okay, if I leave like this, first of all, it will target only 390 pixels. See what will happen. The cat 2 will change to brown. The first one will change into blue when we reach that level, that screen size. You see, it will change. But once we dépasse in French, when we go beyond that one, then it will. Sorry guys, I'm a francophone. Okay. So once it's below the condition, it will work. It go beyond the condition, it won't work. Okay, it will somehow get discouraged there, so it will not execute the rules. Like you are just specify some JavaScript conditions, and then when it come into true, it will work. If it doesn't fall under the true, then it will not. Okay, so this is how we do this one. Assume you want to change the title to white at that level of the screen, then we can change it. Very simple. You can add colors, will it be changed? Okay, that's very simple. You say color color should be what? Should be white. Just type white like this. Okay, only in that condition the color will change to white. You see, everything is changed to white in our Cat2. If you want to do with the Cat1 also, you can do the same thing, but my goal here is I don't want this one to happen in Cat2 unless it has to be in the iPad level. Okay, I want to see the iPad, so I can just do what I can do, copy this one out. Okay, I can say Cat2. Okay, this is my Cat2. I'll cut this one out, then I can define another media query here, at, just type at, and then it will give you this one, at media. Okay, media query. First of all, we are doing it, we don't want to put any condition. On media query, when name a max width. Okay, you can use min. Okay, this is just the opposite of max. When it is 768 is the size of iPad pixels. When the max width is equal to this, then do this one for us, and then we want to see the change. Where is the size of iPad? Try to move it down slowly. As soon as you get there, it's telling us this one is the screen size of iPad. Here is iPad. Okay, so assuming like this, I want this one when it is iPad. Okay, let them not sit on each other, let them be display in flex. Okay, and then create a space between them like two cards. Okay, when it is iPad, I want this thing to happen. So instead for me of putting them like this, I can say, okay, I will bring my Cat1 here. I will bring the Cat1, Cat2, say Cat, I'll start with dot Cat1, Cat2. Okay, if I don't want the color. Okay, I want they will have brown color in this one iPad size, but I also want to add something here. If it is iPad, I let them be display. Okay, it's not going to be like this. Sorry, we need a card that's handling them for that situation, not Cat1. It's going to be card here. Remember, I'm bringing cards from here, guys, up here. This one have two of them. Okay, so when it is reaching in that situation, okay, I want to display this one. If I want to display grid, whatever, so you can write all your CSS here, don't worry. Okay, everything will be fine. Just work the same thing like the way you write your CSS always. That's why we try to put this lesson step by step so that you guys cannot get confused. Justify content space between. I want to push it from left to right. Everyone will be one in the left side, other one in the right hand side. So this is what we can see. Let's try to see whether it will work or not. So here we are going. Where is the iPad? You see, as soon we reach in the iPad, this card is no longer appear on each other. You see, they behave very well now. Two of them. You see, very nice, very simple. This is iPad. But here we're not saying only in iPad. The condition is when it is iPad to down. So let it be 2. You see? If you put min, it's just the opposite. If you say here minimum, where is min? Okay. Here instead of this one, you can say min. Okay. It's just the opposite. Min means the opposite of minimum, of maximum. Sorry. So see, the minimum screen must be iPad, in the size of iPad. Otherwise, display everything on each other. Let it just remain basic. As long as you go down, you see there is one condition we put before, the one for iPhone size of the screen. If you read there, that one take its own position of blue. Okay, if you continue going there, it works with that one. But as soon we reach in the iPad, which is the minimum size of the screen, so everything will behave like they will stay in one line. Okay, displaying flex and giving a space there between them. You see. Secondly, let's try to change the title here, which is the H1. The H1 here in each of them. Cat1, Cat2 is called H1 here. So let's say, okay, for our condition here, okay, if you are in iPad, okay, let's all the H1, okay, all the H1 change automatically color to green. Sorry, color should be green, like this. Color say are like this. So what do you think will happen? This is minimum, at least minimum screen of iPad and above. Okay, just a moment, let me connect my charger. 1 second. So this is where we are. Okay, my charger is well connected. So minimum, you know, all is a max, is the opposite of maximum. Okay, and maximum is the opposite of minimum, so there's nothing wrong here. So it just depends on the condition you want to put. So if it is above 678 pixels or 768 pixels, so the title is going to be green. But if it is below that one, it will go back to its default behavior. Okay, it will help a lot, assuming we have so many cards here, like card 1, card 2, card 3. We want to display them all. Let's say, okay, let's try to make this thing very clear. Okay, let's try to bring it here, there. Okay, let's say by default we have our, where is cards? Okay, so this is cards here, which handle all of them. Okay, let's display them all into flex, and later we will bring it back to the font size. Let's display everything into flex or block. Okay, flex, justify space, content, let everything be as between. Okay, let everything be space between. Okay, and then let's say let's first close this one. Okay, this is what we have, and let's give inside cut 1, cut 2, let's try to give margin top of 5. Let's have margin first of all, margin of, just to put margin to the right so that we can have that space. Margin right of 10 px. Okay, so we are here, so we have this space already here. Let's say we don't have the media query. Okay, from the bottom here, no media query. Okay, so this is what we have. Now if you say we want to inspect this one, see how difficult it will be. Now you want to make it on the phone. It will happen sometime, but it's not logic. Okay, assuming you are here, you're pushing it here, see, it will be pushing there, pushing there, pushing there, pushing there, up to there. It will behave like it is responsive, but assuming if you have some pictures and some other stuff, it will be very difficult. Like you want to push it like this, all of them are just coming to up to there. So it's not changing on the way. When what we need, like when it is reaching on that mobile size or any size below we define, let this cut 1 go on top and then cut 2 be or be down. You see, now everything is happening like they're just reaching, you know, 2 of them wanted to sit on the small screen. No matter any type of screen you put, you will see all of them just want to fit there. You see, 2 of them are sitting there. So what I want is like, let this card 1 be on top, the second one follow, so that it will be very responsive, so anyone even can be able to read without any problem, especially those who are above 50 years. They can be able to read this one without having any complication. So what do we do about that one? So we can say, okay, when we have a media, okay, we can add now at media query now comes in. It helps a lot. Media query is screen, okay, you can define a screen because we have some property like one is screen, two print. We have all is by default. It's just like what I tried to put before. Then is speech, okay, something or speech from a reader or from the screen. Okay, so let's start with the screen. Here screen, then I can define here, I can say and is the second condition. Then here I can define what my condition here. So let's say if the max, okay, the maximum screen or maximum width, okay, is 504 pixels. Okay, what I want you to do, these cards of mine here, okay, which is controlling all of them, okay, then I put my CSS rule now here. What do I want to do when we reach, okay, that maximum width, okay, of 504 pixels? Display everything in flex direction, okay, put them into flex direction, but with the condition we can say flex direction will be column. You guys learn flex box, okay, like this. It will behave very well. Why? If I start string this one here, if I try to inspect, Ctrl Shift I here, you will see immediately what is happening on the screen is very simple to understand. This is the size of the phone, okay, but it is now 414 pixels, the dimension. Assuming we keep on moving, the dimension is not changing. Assume we remove from phone, okay, try to inspect it out and see the result. Here we are in 384 pixels. It will behave exactly because the maximum of 504 pixels, meaning it has to follow the rules until that condition is met. What do I want to do? I want only this one to happen. Even if you go beyond to down, let it just be two, one on top each other. But as soon as we go beyond what 504 pixels, okay, now we're in 6. Let this thing collapse. Let it go back to its default way. Okay, now if you go like this to our normal screen, you see everything seems to be two standing in one place. As soon we reach up to our goal, okay, of 500, here's 583, even it's not changing, you see, until it reach 504. This is when you will understand that this thing will start working. You see, it's now on each other. Here even we can play with our flex box again. Once it reach flex direction, we can say flex reverse. I want cut 2 to be, we can say column reverse, reverse. I want cut 2 to be on top, to be number 1 when it reach on mobile phone size. So I start moving. What happened here? Cut 2 become number 1 and cut 1 become number 2. You see, these are just the powerful way of implementing our media query. Okay, secondly, let's move to print. Okay, you can move to print. So assuming you want to print everything here, you know guys, website can be printed. Okay, the content can be printed. If you click on Ctrl+P, you can see here this cut is possible to be printed. Okay, so if I don't want them to appear 2 maybe 2 is going to appear for me very small. So what can I do? If I want, I can also condition this one. When I'm printing, I need maybe one cut. Okay, one cut, then this following will be down. I don't want them to appear all into the row, so I can do the same thing here. Okay, I'll just go back to my code here. Okay, this is my code. Media query, I can say print, and I can specify screen. Okay, and some default behavior there here. Okay, we say here, and then here instead of screen, I can say print. Okay, I can put this print. If you want to print, okay, maybe here I can remove this one. Some people might say we don't need to define this one because I just want to print. Okay, it's not necessary. Give a try always. So you have cuts here. maybe I don't want this cut. Okay, maybe I want cuts to appear in column reverse. I want the second one to be, but I don't want them to display flex. Okay, or if I don't want them to display flex, maybe I will change the system. I will just say if we reach in such moment, okay, this condition of cuts only when we are printing, let's just change all the color to blue. All the text color should be blue. So if I go like this, Control plus P, try to print, you see everything is changed to blue, and now you can print. And like this, some people even will not believe you how, like, here is just staying what black, but if as soon you want to print it change everything here, you see. So these are the powerful of this one with the print. Then we have also the speech. If you want to take a speech from a screen reader and something like that, it can also work. Okay, this is the easiest way how we can do our grid. Also you can use flex, display them into flex, add some space, justify some content, everything it will go. So we have another powerful way of using this one, this grid, this media query. You can use it with something known as orientation. Okay, when the screen, like we have some fonts, you can be able to turn the screen orientation of what, of portrait to landscape. Those touch screen telephones, sometimes you can turn like so you can see the video very well. So here the same thing you can define with this one here. Okay, for that one is very simple. You just say media query, then you have the what here. If you want, you can put this one orientation. Okay, or orientation, okay, orientation like this. You can put the colon. Let me say for the condition of landscape like this. Okay, when this landscape, then you can put your CSS curly bracket here, and then you can define what do you want to happen when this in landscape. Let cats, okay, let the cats icon or whatever children which are inside there be display, okay, into flex, but you can change the flex direction into column. I don't want them to be into the row. Flex direction should be column only, like this when it is landscape. Landscape meaning width, okay, is larger than the height. Here, how do you demonstrate this one? Landscape, okay, something like this. You see here, width, the distance from this width here is greater than the distance from here to up here. So when the width become greater than length, automatically we are in this one, landscape. So here you see the distance from top to down is not equivalent to left to right. So this is how this thing happen. But as soon you bring here, width is become greater than the height, things change of the cards. It's not about the screen, the cards here. See the cards here. Okay, see everything there. Assuming we have this browser doesn't allow, we can be able to see some other stuff. Let's try iPhone Air. You see, in such situation it cannot, no matter what you do. But if as soon you change this aspect ratio of the screen, like Galaxy Fold, settings will happen differently there. But this is not what we are there for. Change the flex direction to column. So if you want to add the screen here, then you can say end here, then you can justify your screen here. Now you can have right to say like when the width or the maximum width or the minimum width of something, when max width BTH, okay, is at least 500 pixels. Above 500 pixels max, no, below maximum is the end, so that don't go beyond that one. So here let the cards display to this. Then let's try to see. Let's first of all comment this one to avoid disturbing us. Comment this one out, then come back here. So what happened? Flex direction when it is above 500 pixels. Okay, let's use this one to make it very simple. where is 500? Here 800. Okay, it's counting them up here. Just read there. We keep on going. When we reach at 5, okay, 566, still small. 500 at least. Okay, what do you want this one to happen to us? When the orientation is landscape, okay, now we are putting two things. When it is landscape, secondly, maximum width must be 500 pixels. Then let this card display flex column. That means it has to stay top. The first one, column means first on top, second on top, going down. Row means you are going from left to right, okay, without coming down. So that's the difference you guys can see here. First, it must be a landscape, or it has to be portrait, like this. Okay, now we go 500 below max. It has to display column. Now it's still row. See, portrait maximum, and put comma below 500, display into flex. Okay, this orientation, screen, I think, and orientation portrait. No, we don't want this one. Maximum width 500, cards, display flex direction column, color should be red or brown is okay. 500 pixels. No, we don't need to specify this one first of all. Let's not specify this or this. If you don't specify this, it will work as a mobile. That is a default. Oh, we did not save this one here. Okay, I think here is the screen. Screen and max width of this one. Okay, so this is what happened. I think the mistake is here. So this is what happened. Okay, always when you're writing your CSS, make sure you follow rules. You know, we were not we just made a small mistake here in direction, so everything is okay now. So it can work if you give it a try. You see, as soon as we reach here, everything change, display flex and everything go. If you want to change, like let's add another one more. Let's add another cut. Where is it? Here. Let this one be called cut 3. Let it be cut 2 is okay, so that we have that first class of CSS there. Yeah, but we change this one to 3 so that we can see. Maybe we can call this one like cut 3, no problem. Then we have to add this one to our CSS app here. Cut 1, cut 2, comma dot cut 3, like this. Apply the same gray border padding. Then here we can say our cut 3 when we are resizing. Okay, we can define the order. Let it go to number 1. Going to number 1 is -2. Okay, because you are going from left to infinity. Going to positive from 0 to 1, 2 up to infinity, you are going opposite to that one. So we have 3 cards. As soon as we start a string down, try to see the size of phone. When it reach phone, please make the difference. Yes, let it go like this. And I want cut 1. Okay, here's cut. Let's make it cut 3 so that you guys can know what's happening exactly. So here's cut 3. Okay, here's cut 3. So when we are reaching in mobile phone size, let cat3 appear number 1 and then followed by 2 and then 3. See with the magic, you see, we reach here cat1 appear number 1, number 2. If you want to change even the h3 of cat1, just a moment. So if you want to change the ID, okay, the order of cat2 cat3, then you have right to do that one. Maybe here order you can define to 2 and then maybe you can say the h3, okay, or maybe you can say okay cat3 here 3, select h1 like this, then you can change the colors to green. Okay, here maybe put dot, save. So here you can try to see, you see when we reach in the mobile size, okay, the cat3 turn to be in the position of cat1 and cat2 goes down to replace cat3 and 1 become in the middle, and even the title of the text change into green, and then if you keep on moving everything there. But if you go back, apart from the mobile size, you can see everything just move to its old version like the default one. So this is how it works. Very simple to use media query without any problem. You can avoid all this risk of fearing other screen size. You can even define like the laptop screen of 1000 pixels, 2000, 3000, all the screen size up to TV. Okay, you can justify them all here using the media query, and you cannot have that any doubt. So you guys have the confidence to use it in a very simple way. You can use, remember, max. Most people use screen, max and width here, so there's nothing else here. You can put all your CSS classes. It's not like only put the parent container. You can put, remember, everything. You can even install your h1 here. You can put your h1 here. You can put your h1, all the h1. When you reach mobile phone, change the color to red. Let's see what will happen here. All the colors should go to red. Yes, you see, just except of this one, because this one was directly selected from the parent, which is above this one here, below the h1. So now let's try to bring our h1 down, okay, and see what will happen here. Sometimes position matter a lot. Okay, refresh, nothing happened, because this one is automatically directed by its parent, then it's selecting this h1 from there. Okay, but what do you think will happen if you put this media query, these cuts down? What will happen here? So these are a very important thing you guys need to put into consideration. Try to put this cut down and put media query above. It will not read. Okay, let's bring this one again, h1, h2, h3 down all. This one cut, which is the plural, bring it down. We did not remove it before. Okay, so this is where we are. Bring the balance, cut 1, cut 2, cut 3, this one 1 and 2 here, bring them down, save everything, and then go back, responsive. It works, but normally, okay, media query must be at the end. Okay, doesn't need to be on top, it has to be at the end of the screen. Always make sure I put it at the end. Sometimes it won't work for you because it's reading from up, it's following the order. That one is always the last option. All of them must be defined below the CSS. You must have your own CSS declare above. All the media query should follow down, because otherwise it won't read on your screen. Believe me, that's how it works. Very simple, without any problem. So let me end here and see it from the comment later.